at just 10 weeks and 3 days. This has been one heck of a journey already, but it's been everything. I wouldn't change a single thing. Nothing. And I'm so ready for July. I know. It's been a while since my last video. I just got out of breath from just getting up and going to the door. Definitely a pregnancy symptom. I know it's been a while since my last video. It's been like 2 weeks, going on 2.5 weeks. Honestly, only thing I can tell you why it took so long is pregnancy. The first trimester, like, there's no other excuse. Like, just certain symptoms, and then just honestly, like, just being tired, just the fatigue. Like, some days it's low, and then other days, like today, it's just like out of this world. Like, I slept like 4 hours, almost going on 5 hours today after sleeping all night. But this is my 8th and 9th week pregnancy update. I have some things jotted down here just so I am not so scatterbrained like I was in the last video, because that symptom has not gone away. The pregnancy brain is real. I mean, like some days it makes me kind of upset. Like, some days it makes me like kind of want to cry because it makes me feel like I'm going dumb or something, like I'm losing myself. But like my doctor said the other day, like, you've just had a really rough first trimester. So yeah, excuse the way I look. Like I said, I slept like 4 hours today, so I wasn't even gonna do this video, but you know, after a 4-hour nap and eating and dry heaving, I decided, while I have this small little burst of energy, I'm just gonna make this video because I need to get it up. I told you guys I was gonna be consistent, and I want to be consistent. It's what I'm going to do. Like I said, this channel is what I've wanted for years and years now, and it's gonna happen. So no more rambling, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. So starting with the 8th week, things that I could remember, like, really, honestly, like, I have written down the first day I noticed that the pregnancy symptoms had really subsided. Like, and it kind of worried me just because of how sick I had been. So like, waking up that first day, it was kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, like, I'm not having to take Zofran as soon as I wake up this morning. So, I mean, after a couple of days of that, like, I was, you know, happy, obviously. But, I mean, there was still some nausea. In the 8th and 9th week, and going into the 10th week, since I'm 10 weeks and 3 days today, the cramping got worse, like, more cramping. And during the 8th week, there was one day where I did have to go to the doctor because I got really stressed out, that I just went through a very stressful situation. And then just being pregnant, everything is amplified. I mean, amplified times 10,000. And you can't get mad at pregnant women, you know? Like, we have so many hormones going through our body. Like, I didn't know how to control it. I'm still trying to control my body. I mean, I guess going into the 10th week, like now, or I should say going into the 9th week, I've started learning a little bit more control. But like, as of then, in the 8th week, like, it was still really hard. Like, really hard trying to find some self-control, and telling myself, like, okay, like, you have no choice but to find patience and not be selfish and pull yourself together. Like, you have a baby growing inside of you, you gotta do better. Not that I was doing anything wrong, like, And that's another thing, I was beating myself up for it. But I mean, like I said, it's pregnancy. Like, the hormones are real. They are real. The emotions, being so emotional. Like, can we just take a minute? Because it's, like, I feel like a crybaby. I feel like the biggest crybaby in the world. But I've got to cut myself some slack on that. Anyway, going back to the nausea. I had some nausea. It wasn't horrible. Like, especially compared to the 6th week, I was actually able to manage it now. And it wasn't every day. Like, it was just like waves of nausea now. And or at that point. And I threw up twice, maybe 3 times, but I think it was twice. Like 2 different mornings, and it was only one time. It was more so stomach acid. Like, it wasn't food or anything, which is good. But yeah, just threw up twice on 2 different mornings. And after I threw up, after that one time, which I was scared that it was going to send me into a throwing up spell, because prior to that, that's what it had been doing to me. Like, once I started throwing up, I could not stop throwing up. And you know, that's why I was dealing with the hyperemesis, or however you say it, whatever. But so I was fine after that. After throwing up, I'd be a-okay, be like, oh, I'm good. Like, my mom would be like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Do you need anything? I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm fine. Like, I just had to get that out. Like, I'm okay now. Crazy dreams. Now I feel like I'm just used to them, but it's every night. Every night there is a dream. Like, and I still remember, like, so many from start to finish. Like, every morning I wake up, I'm instantly just waking Josh up with my dream, like, just telling him from start to finish exactly what happened. And actually, there was one night where, I think it was during the 8th week, actually, heartburn. That was the next symptom I was getting to, because that still has not left. I mean, it has been managed since I've been taking my heartburn medicine. I think that during the 8th week, me and Josh had a dream that was, like, in sync. I had a dream that, like, we were at the park and we were around some friends, and something happened where, like, a guy that we know was trying to, like, get at me or something, and, like, everyone knows that we're together, obviously, since we've been together for, like, 2 years, and that's weird to say. That's really weird to say. But so, like, Josh in the dream, like, he got mad that this guy was trying to get at me. But obviously, I understand. Me being crazy. But, so then, really, Sage? Really? They were trying to, like, that guy and his friends or whatever were trying to fight Josh, since Josh, like, said something to that guy. And then, long story short, Josh's leg ended up getting broke. And, like, I mean, it was vivid. Like, it was real. Like, it was like it really happened. Like, I mean, his leg snapped. Like, you could see the bone and everything. And I woke up telling him about this dream, because it still had me shook up whenever I woke up. And so I told him about it as soon as I woke up. And he was like, wait a minute. He was like, that's so weird. And he, like, stopped me. And he was like, which leg was it that got hurt? Which leg was it that I broke? And I said, it was your left leg. And he was like, that's so weird. Like, in my dream, like, my left leg, for some reason, it just wouldn't work. Like, I couldn't walk. I had to have crutches, and I was limping everywhere, and I just could not walk. Like, my leg just would not work. And I was like, okay, that's really weird, but whatever. I don't know if it has any significance. I don't know, but, like, my crazy dreams have been rubbing off on him, and he's been having a lot of crazy dreams now, like, a lot of vivid dreams, like, to the point where it's waking him up and he can't sleep. Like, basically, like, what pregnant women go through with the crazy dreams. But anyway, so that was the 8th week. Nothing horrible. Going into the 9th week, again, symptoms had subsided even more. Like, almost to like none, basically. Like, this was the week where I started feeling like, oh wait, I'm pregnant, you know what I mean? Like, kind of forgetting other than the cravings. That was pretty much what was, telling me. It was the cravings that were pretty much telling me, like, okay, like, you're still pregnant. Because, I mean, a lot of women just go through it during their first pregnancy, just being worried, you know, like, whenever you don't feel pregnant and don't look pregnant like that yet. I mean, I only have a small bump, and I know it's a bump now. I mean, I have it in the morning whenever I wake up, you know, it's not like before or after eating or anything. I mean, yeah, it gets bigger after eating, but gosh, every time I do a video, I yawn so much. But it's there. Now I really had barely to no nausea at all. I threw up like one time, and I think it was going into the 9 weeks actually, which makes sense because every day so far of the first week going into the next new week, that's when I'm the sickest and that's when I feel more like crap. But I mean, it makes sense, like, the baby's growing even more, and especially in the 9th week, there's more things going on. But like I said, I threw up one time, fine after that, and that was it. I just couldn't really smell certain foods. Like, we had to go to Columbus because like, I live in Ohio, so we had to go to Columbus for something, and I wanted White Castles. I had wanted White Castles forever, like, so bad. I think I may have said it in my last video. Girl, I got those White Castles. I ate like 6 of them. Like, I mean, like, was I even chewing? I really don't know. But after I ate those White Castles, and we had to sit in the car with them for 2 hours so I could bring some back for my parents. I was so nauseous. Like, the smell, I had to stay in my room while they were eating them because I just could not smell them. I couldn't do it. Like, it instantly, just all of a sudden right after that, just made me sick. Like, I haven't wanted them again. Like, because I sufficed my craving and beyond that because I couldn't do it again. So, like, really no nausea. The only time I would ever feel nausea is if I didn't eat when I was supposed to, and I'm eating when I'm supposed to. It's just more so like if I take a long nap. Like, I get hungry like every hour and a half to 2 hours. Like, that's how much I eat, or that's how much I eat something, but I'm constantly snacking on little things. So when I take these long naps that my body needs, and I wake up after 4 hours, the nausea is real. Like, it hits. Like, I have to find something to eat ASAP. If I don't, then I will start dry heaving. And not because, like, it's morning sickness. It's just because I need to eat. So that's really the only time I would feel nausea. But I've been staying on top of that. So, like I said, it was really, like, really didn't deal with it much at all. Still cramping. I feel like the cramping got even worse in the 9 weeks. Obviously makes sense. Like I said, or did I say it? Baby growing even more. Crazy dreams still. Hot all the time. I mean, all the time. Like, it's to the point where I'm restless at night. Like, I am burning up hot all the time. Like, I can't even get dressed or do my makeup because I'm sweating throughout it. And, like, I have all these cute winter outfits and I just don't want to wear them. Like, I'm sitting in the car burning up hot. Like, I won't let Josh put the heat on. Like, it is wintertime. Like, it is cold outside, freezing. But I'm sitting there rolling down the window, like, almost sticking my head out the window because like I need the fresh air. Like I am too hot, like burning up. But obviously you have to be careful with that so you don't get sick. Going on to that, towards the end of the 9 weeks, I got sick. I became under the weather and had drainage in the back of my throat and green mucus, so it was like sinus infection. That's what I've been dealing with. That's why I didn't get this video up sooner, just because I've been dealing with that. And it's like it comes and goes. Like right now, like I'm feeling okay, but in the mornings and sometimes and at nighttime, like it hits me at nighttime, like I just feel like crap. Like it hits me like flu-like symptoms. And also that's what I dealt with in the very beginning, like when finding out I was pregnant. So like I don't know if that's just me and my pregnancy. Like I know a lot of women deal with that in the first trimester. So, and obviously just being under the weather, it's so much worse being pregnant. Like I said, everything is amplified and you really couldn't understand it unless you went through it. Like I'm not being mean, it's just there's no way to describe it. So yeah, I've been dealing with that, still dealing with that. I'm just drinking lots and lots of water. Crazy mood swings. I feel like I'm angry every day and it makes me feel crazy, but I know I'm not crazy. I know so many other women go through it. Like I said, the hormones are real. I just want people to stop testing my patience on top of that. Like, I just don't need to be around any type of negativity or toxic drama, people that are going to bring extra emotions, because I don't know how to react right now, and you don't know what may come out of my mouth. And right now, I really, like, it's hard to control that. Like, I'm still working on that. I'm not gloating about it, but that's almost every pregnant woman. Some are like just blissful and happy and cheerful and aren't moody, but I have been so moody. I went to the doctor when I was 9 weeks and 3 days. It was just a, routine checkup, and they did the NIPT test, which is the non-invasive prenatal testing, and that went really well. It was very simple and easy. I was kind of worried about it for some reason. I don't know why, but okay, I'll just start with the beginning of that checkup. Whenever I went to that checkup, I got to go ahead and pick a pediatrician. I met my baby's pediatrician, and he's really nice. I'm happy that I went with him, because I know for some women it's really hard to find a pediatrician, and some, like, just, I don't know, like my nurse was telling me, like, she said she felt like she went through 100 of them just trying to find the right one. And so, like, she recommended this one to me, and she said her kid just absolutely loves him. And just talking to him, like, there was just some type of peace and comfort for the new mommy inside of me, just because he was so confident in what he was saying. And he's also experienced. He has 4 kids. And another thing, like, I want to breastfeed, and I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to breastfeed. I know some women can't, but there's also some women that give up whenever it gets hard, because I know it's not going to be easy. And like I was telling him, I don't want to give up. I want to make it through whatever I need to make it through in order for it to happen, unless I just can't, unless my body just does not allow me to breastfeed my baby. So he reassured me about that and told me, like, that he'll help me with that. He's really experienced with that, which that was very comforting. Like I said, he has 4 children, and his wife breastfed all of her children, and she went through complications with breastfeeding, so he knows a lot with that. And he said, like, it's not the end of the world if you can't, which I know, like, I already know that. I know that there's formula and stuff, but, like, I don't know, it just, it just felt good coming from his mouth and hearing that, just because like I really want to breastfeed. Like, kind of makes me emotional talking about it. Like, I just want that bonding experience. I want all of the healthy benefits that come from it, and for my baby. I'm just really looking forward to it. But going on, so he left or whatever, and I finished my appointment with my doctor. And like I said in the beginning, he was talking about like how I've had a very rough first trimester. And then they were laughing because they were like, she's so tiny. Because I am tiny, I'm really small. And so I was talking to him about like if there's any concerns with being able to carry full term just because of how small I am. And he was like, don't worry about that. If anything, like what I already thought, I'm gonna be a walking ball. He was like, the baby will make room, like your stomach and the baby will make room for the baby. He was like, you're just gonna be out to here. He's like, your belly's gonna be what pops, rather than, you know, some women aren't really all belly or whatever. So I was like, pretty much I'm gonna be a walking ball. And he was like, yeah, pretty much. But so I asked him, like, and that went into talking about what full term was. And he said that full term is 37 weeks. He would like to try to get me to 39, but full term is 37 weeks. So that kind of, I mean, I know it doesn't change the due date or nothing like that, but like 37 weeks compared to my due date is at the very like end of July, and 37 weeks is at the beginning of July. So we'll see what happens with that. Going on to the non-invasive prenatal testing part, I went back into the little lab room, and the lady, the lab tech, she just drew 2 vials of blood. I thought it was gonna be like 4, but she only drew 2, and it was very simple. I mean, by this point, even though it's still early in pregnancy, I'm very used to being poked and prodded. It like doesn't even faze me anymore, so that really wasn't an issue for me. She told me, or they told me, it'll take up to 10 days for that to come back. It tests for any chromosomal abnormalities, and it will also tell me the baby's gender. So I've already been doing a lot of praying since I became pregnant, obviously, but I've just been doing a lot more praying and just having faith in God that everything will come back okay, you know, that I get healthy results, just put it that way. And I don't care whether it's a boy or girl. I just want a happy, healthy baby. That's literally all I want. Like, I'm just so happy to be able to have a baby and be a mom, to be a mommy. It's a different feeling for me, and I can make a video on that. I just dealt with a lot of depression, anxiety for the longest time, and this just feels like the piece that completes me, and it's just very it's very emotional to talk about. So, but I can make a video on that if anyone is interested in that. They gave me a little like tracking card to make a patient account with the test, because it was the panorama test. I think that's what it was called. And so far it has been 7 days. It's been 7 days today. So he said up to 10 days, so that's 3 more days. 3 days would be on Sunday, so I'm guessing probably possibly up to 4 more days, possibly. I'm hoping tomorrow, guys, like, because they're not open on the weekends where I go, and so I'm hoping tomorrow they call me and tell me that the results are in, if not Monday. And they have to obviously send them to my doctor first so he can review them, and then they'll call me so that way they can go over them with me. And they were telling me, the lab tech was telling me then, like, they'll ask me on the phone if I want to know the results, or if not, like the gender part, that way they can like put it in an envelope or something, but I have to be the one to go pick it up, obviously. But she said like they won't tell me over the phone if I don't want to know over the phone. That way, like, in case I wanted to have like a gender reveal or something, which I was going to, but the way I've been feeling, it's just been like, I don't know, like a big gender reveal is just kind of, I don't know, just, I feel like it's kind of too much right now. I'm really, 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 really just looking forward to the baby shower. My freaking phone died, of course. I just realized when I was looking back on the video, because I was just making sure that the video is there, I was literally about to cry if I did not record any of that. But my stork bite is really popping out, for my little angel's kiss. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's really cool. I've had it since I was born. It always pops out like when I'm emotional or really happy or really sad. Like, it just, I don't know, it's just there. But like I was saying towards the end of, before my phone died, the baby shower will be towards the end of April, and I'm just really, 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 really looking forward to that. So that's why I'm just very eager to know the gender. I'm just ready to set up the nursery and start buying stuff, getting stuff together, to be able to start planning baby names, and then of course the baby shower. So I'll end off this video with telling you guys, did I mention, I know this is random, but did I mention that like one of the symptoms I've been dealing with is being like crazy thirsty, like thirsty all the time. Like, I drink like 5 bottles of water a day. I could drink more if I wanted, honestly, but I'm crazy thirsty all the time. I think I just thought of that because I need to take a little water break. So to end off this video, I'll tell you guys about a dream that I had the other night. And I mean, like, this dream was different. Like, it was so real. So I have already been like having thoughts that I'm having a girl. Just the way that I've been sick and dealing with more nausea and stuff than others that I know or others that have had boys. And the acne, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got really, really bad hormonal acne on my face. You probably really can't tell, but I promise, like, it is there. And I mean, like, it's kind of not looking as bad, but I mean, not too long ago my cheeks were ate up and all down here was ate up. So yeah, I've just been feeling like that I'm having a girl, and I have a couple friends that think that I'm having a girl, and I have one friend that she was the first person I told I was pregnant, actually. And as soon as I told her, she was like, I bet you're having a girl. Like, she was just so like just confident in that. So we'll see who is right. But Max, shh. So the other night I had a dream that I was here at my parents' house because I live with my parents right now, but I mean, me and Josh will be moving out in just a couple days, actually. We got an apartment, so we're waiting to get that going. But I had this dream. I was at my parents. I like woke up, like in this dream I woke up on the couch and I heard a baby crying, but like I knew that was my baby. Like, I'm telling you, like, I guess no one but a mother would understand that. And it's just weird because obviously I don't have a baby yet, or I don't have my baby yet in my arms, but I heard a baby cry and I knew that was my baby. So I was like, is that my baby? And my mom was like, yes, Izzy, you gave birth. Do you not remember? You gave birth last night. And I was like, what? Like, why don't I remember? And like, for some reason in my dream it just made sense. Like, oh, like some women just, like, they say that day was a blur for them, like a complete blur. Like, and sometimes, especially like depending on the medication that they pump you up full of. So like, I don't know, for some reason it just made sense in my dream. And then I went to go grab my baby and it was a baby girl and she was beautiful. It makes me want to cry talking about it. I don't know why I get so emotional, but she was my color, of course. even though I've been hoping for a little honey caramel brown skin baby girl. I mean, it really doesn't matter, obviously. Like, you can't pick your baby, but like, I will love my baby regardless. My baby's going to be beautiful regardless. But she was my color. She was lighter, and she had big blue eyes, and that just made me so happy because I've always hoped that my baby would have big eyes, and I've been very hopeful that this baby will have big eyes because Josh has big eyes, and I just love big eyes. Like, I've always wanted big eyes, especially since I've always called myself a Bratz doll. Everyone around me has called me a Bratz doll all my life, and I don't know, I just love the big eyes. And so she had blue eyes, even though I have green and Josh has brown. Her eyes were big and blue and beautiful, and she had blonde hair, like how mine changed too when I was a baby. I was born with red hair, but then it went to blonde, and then it went to brown. Like, my hair was weird when I was a kid. But anyway, and I just, like, of course you wake up from your dream, and like, just that feeling of holding her, I was like, wow, this is my baby. Like, I did it. Like, she's finally here. Like, I don't ever want to let go. Like, and I had that gut-wrenching, heart-pulling feeling like, I love this little girl so much, so much. And then I woke up from my dream, and I was crying. Like, I was crying because I was like, it was almost, this sounds crazy, but it was almost like the feeling of like my baby was taken from me. Like, I did not want to wake up. Like, I was so happy. I was so full of love. Like, it was a feeling I never ever felt before. And so, like, I just know it can't even compare. It cannot compare to the feeling that I'm gonna feel whenever my baby is really here. And when I tell you guys that it made me like have anxiety thinking about how I have to wait until July and it's only January, like, it was just that dream was just, it was amazing. There's no other word for it. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna end this video. That's all I got for right now. So like I said, I am 10 weeks and 3 days. I'm sitting on my bed, but I can try and show you guys a little bump date. Try not to get too much in the video. This is what baby H is looking like right now. Loving it every day. So I'm definitely seeing and feeling more growth. That's the end of my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.